I thought everything was perfect. My wife Sarah and I had been married for 8 years. We had a beautiful home, 2 great kids, and what I believed was a rock-solid relationship. We were that couple everyone looked up to. But one ordinary Tuesday afternoon, a single piece of mail arrived that shattered my entire world. It was a quarterly mileage statement from a major airline, addressed to Sarah. I didn't think much of it at first. I just figured I'd open it and file it away for her. But as my eyes scanned the page, my heart started to pound in my chest. The statement listed several recent trips: a weekend in Miami, a 4-day trip to San Francisco, another long weekend in Denver. My blood ran cold. Sarah hadn't told me about any of these trips. I checked my calendar, my mind racing. The dates lined up perfectly with her supposed work conferences and girls' weekends. She had a story for every single one, and I had believed her without a second thought. Why wouldn't I? She was my wife. I trusted her completely. But this statement told a very different story. The trips weren't for work. They were secrets. I sat there, staring at the paper, feeling a mix of confusion, anger, and deep, gut-wrenching betrayal. Who did she go with? What was she doing?
Out.
The questions swirled in my head, each one more painful than the last. That night, when Sarah came home from work, all smiles and asking about my day, I couldn't even look her in the eye. I felt like a stranger in my own home. I waited until the kids were asleep, and then I calmly placed the statement on the kitchen table in front of her. "Can you explain this, Sarah?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. The color drained from her face. She looked at the paper, then at me, and her cheerful demeanor just crumbled. There were no excuses this time, no elaborate stories. The truth in all its ugly detail finally came out. She had been seeing someone else, a man she'd met on a business trip over a year ago. The work conferences and girls' weekends were just covers for their secret getaways. Each city listed on that statement was a monument to her lies. The pain was indescribable. It felt like a physical blow. The person I had built my life with, the mother of my children, had been living a double life. The foundation of our marriage, built on what I thought was trust and love, was just a facade. The weeks that followed were a blur of lawyers, difficult conversations, trying to explain to our kids why Mommy and Daddy weren't going to live together anymore. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Some days, the anger was all-consuming. Other days, it was just a deep, hollow sadness. It's been a while now, and the healing process is slow, but it's happening. I've learned that sometimes the people you trust the most can hurt you the deepest, but I've also learned that you can survive it. You can rebuild. That single piece of paper, that mileage statement, was the catalyst for the end of my marriage. But it was also the beginning of me finding my way back to the truth, and eventually, back to myself. If you've ever gone through something similar, know you're not alone. The road is tough, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Thanks for listening to my story. Please subscribe for more real-life stories like this one.